Hello, welcome to episode 87 of the podcast. It is Clark here with Phil.
Hi.
So this week we are going to have a look at something that is fairly relevant to ourselves here on the podcast. It is effort and reward. So basically, as we'll talk about, our posting went down the pan, to put it nicely, for a period of time. So basically, we basically look into the link between putting effort into something and what you can potentially get out of it in the first part. Second part, we're just going to do our what's trending, just the usual sort of stuff. And then part 3, we are going to go through episode 4 of Stranger Things. So we're halfway there, folks. And if you haven't watched it yet, there are spoilers, as always. We are warning you now because we forgot to do it later.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that, did we?
No.
To be fair, if you haven't watched it, we haven't watched it, so...
Yeah, I mean, just watch it. It's actually really heating up, as you'll find out in part 3. But yeah, that's the episode today, folks, and we hope you enjoy.
Woo!
So we're going to start this episode, I suppose, with a bit of a admission of our own guilt, of basically, I'm sure anyone that in any way follows us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, we went pretty dark after January time.
Well, you were on holiday, so...
We basically didn't post for months. And
on social media, we were doing the podcast still.
Yeah, we still met up every week.
Yeah.
And now obviously we're only really getting caught up in terms of having to post an episode pretty much every day. Bar obviously the new ones on a Friday.
It's funny, you think we go through all this effort to do the podcast and like, do you know what? We haven't even remembered, but it's just I don't know, like people do say, like it's funny because you go back to like the people like on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff, like the majority of the time whenever they finish things, it's posted for them whenever they finish.
Yeah.
Whereas it'd be different for us if we had this done, you know, just post it straight away. It'd be different for that. But it's like things do escape you. Like it's people say about it's not hard to edit a video and upload it every week. Well, I mean, depends.
Depends when you are releasing it or when.
Yeah, it also depends on what's going on in your life. Like, you know, it's.
Well, that was, I think, to be honest, it was, as I say, we were still meeting up every week. There were obviously other things going on, but I thought we'd take this opportunity, the first part of this episode, to talk about effort and reward, I suppose. It's something obviously we've, as a two, I've thought about
as a
unit. as I've basically thought about, obviously before we started posting stuff again, that, you know, we'd put in the effort to do the
recording.
Yeah, every week, like literally to get together
and
every
week.
week.
It's not like we're looking at validation or anything. It's not like we're doing this for anyone else but ourselves, really. But it is nice to get a comment or a like or a share,
few views or whatever.
Yeah, or even a couple of views or whatever. But it's nice just to you know, I don't know. I suppose that is validation, isn't it? Really, but it's nice just to sort of get some sort of feedback at some point.
It's nice, but it's not required.
Yeah,
I think is what you're saying. So, but
yeah.
like, I suppose, you know, you look back and around Christmas time, obviously we posted, and then we posted up until January. I can't remember exactly what date, but
yeah, it was the odd time when we sort of remember, but just sort of like, oh, this is forgot. Yeah.
But for I'd say around 6 months, maybe 5 months, at least. Basically, I think things just got away from us in terms of doing that. So,
No
in terms,
excuses, though. No excuses.
no, none. Like, to be completely honest, you know, it doesn't take particularly long to write a quick
especially for me on Twitter
thing and post it. And
I
Twitter's
have 230 characters, I think it is, or 280 characters.
well, thereabouts. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
To put it this way, I would post mostly on Facebook. Phil would deal with the Twitter,
side of things.
and I would post on Instagram once a
Yeah,
week.
you got
on a
Instagram.
Friday.
I am going anywhere near that program, that app thing. It's woeful. It's dreadful. I was going to make one like ages ago, and I just thought, no, I don't post many photos anywhere.
I haven't posted in like a year,
Yeah.
but as in on my own
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah. Well, black boy.
Yeah. In fairness, though, the Instagram was the worst one out of them all.
What do you mean it was the worst one?
The last time we
Interactions
posted on the Instagram page before I started again
Mm-hmm.
was our like mental health episodes.
But that makes sense though, because we were sort of with someone at the time doing the mental health stuff, so it was different. It wasn't like we're just randomly putting them on.
But it's just funny, you know, as I say, it got us thinking about effort and reward as a concept. You know, the more you put in, it tends to be the more you get out.
And that might not always be the case, but
no, not all the time. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that put in a lot of work. You know, for example, maybe in a job or in an application or in a game. Maybe it doesn't have to be particularly serious. Could be working for a running thing, like a marathon or whatever, and perhaps they don't finish. Maybe they get injured. For a job, maybe they don't get it. You know, for not, you know, if it's within a job, maybe they don't get the recognition, whatever. But it just sort of came down to, well, I thought it'd be interesting certainly to talk about how putting the effort in, it should be more for you, as you were saying. Like, it should be more like we, as I say, we get together once a week at least, unless we're doing something else obviously outside of this. It would be more than that, but we get together at least once a week, and it's not, you know, as you say, it is obviously nice to get people that comment or like or share or give us a view here and there.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. But it's just, it's funny, you know, as you say, we put the effort in, but the effort's for us, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand. It's a weird concept for me, because it's like, you see all the people that are doing podcasts and stuff at the minute, and they're all like, majority of the time they're made from, they've already made their success, and then they're like, well, I can do a podcast.
Do this now. Yeah.
And it's like, obviously it is for them to an extent, but they're getting money for it and stuff. But I mean, it's cool for them. They get to have guests on or whatever, like people that obviously we're never going to get to speak to, but that's just, well, we don't know that, but I mean,
probably won't.
Probably not. But they have like celebrities, and they have certain views about, you know, from the left or right wing in politics, or, you know, neutral. You know, you have people that have, you know, degrees and I don't know,
like professors and
professors and scientists,
doctors,
so many people. But initially it can be for them as well, whereas they can monetize it. You know, they can get money in left, right, and centre. But we just like to talk absolute trash about everything.
Well, it's like Nadia said during the week. Obviously, we had her on, as we were mentioning, about the mental health episode. Yeah. Nadia, for anyone that didn't hear that episode, it's really, really good. It's really worth looking back. It's one of our guest episodes. If you haven't listened to it, I'd strongly recommend it. It's great. Nadia is lovely. But basically, you know, she posted, she gave us a shout out in her Instagram story, during the last week. And, you know, it was cool because it just...
It was unexpected.
It was really nice, and it was great because it was great. But it was it was great because like we got to see.
But was you messaged me about it, because I didn't get a notification about it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
But like what I thought was really cool was like some of the stuff she wrote was like they talk just to talk, or and it's funny because if you go back, like I mean like 86 episodes back now to why we're doing this in the first place, it was for people to talk, and specifically guys, which you obviously mentioned.
We need to get a couple of guests on at some point though, definitely.
We do. I've actually been speaking to a few people. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Actually forgotten to mention that. But there's
I'm not hearing anything like that.
There's a couple of repeat guests as well. You know, it's funny. Like there's people that have come on, and anybody that's, you know, sort of followed it through, and I've listened to the guests. Everybody's been great. Been a lot of fun, and those people have sort of said, like, you know, they want to come back on, and you know, to get those people back on, obviously this is with the whole effort / reward thing, is that you get them back on, and the reward of having somebody on and making the time is, it's a different conversation. There's a different, as you say, dynamic. They you know, they share it around, you know, there's a whole load of other things. It's, you know, it's great.
This is what I like about this podcast though, and many like it, like, you know, that small time podcasts that don't have any sort of connections to that, like they don't have that, you know, million followers or whatever. Like anyone you get on to come on this, they're gonna be on it for just to talk. They're not gonna they're not gonna get any social. They're not gonna get any like
put your book out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna get any advertising from this at all whatsoever. And I think even if we were to get some mad endorsement or whatever, like I still don't think that would change. But I still, obviously people would want to come on and be like, oh well, we can also put this on if you want to, share that about. But it's nice that people come on just to talk, and it literally is a conversation about anything that pops up. Sometimes it goes on mad tangents, and sometimes it sticks to the same subject, which is great. But it's just nice that people want to come on and talk to us, really.
Yeah.
Or just share their own feelings on a certain subject, or on a, I don't know, like a movie or a game, or like even Chris we had on the last time to talk about D&D and stuff, and Phil we had on for the whole the whole marriage thing as well. Yeah, so it's nice. I know.
2 years ago.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. Like we'll definitely get more people on. It's just we've just been busy, I suppose, haven't we? There's nothing really that's.
But even on top of that, like you obviously you're saying, about how people are coming on and they just want to talk and whatever. It sort of shows that even just the effort of putting this together is it's good. Like people are talking. It's just
and it's something. Obviously, it's different. You can go to a shop or a cafe or whatever, and you can just talk normally there and not have to worry about a microphone or a recording or it being on YouTube for the whoever wants to listen to it and be like, that's a wrong opinion. That's what I mean. Like you'll get that. Like, but it's no, I agree. But people they're always going to be the quick to assume and to judge and stuff. But it's nice that they don't mind their voice and thoughts being put on the internet for anyone and literally everybody to see and to hear. And it's testament to them that they're coming on and like we're not anybody really, like we're just friends and
people.
We're all friends and we just like having a chat. We literally would talk about, I don't know, Nadia said we talk about literally everything, like so it's, and we do. There's so many things, like there's things I didn't think we were going to talk about in this podcast. It's just sort of like came up randomly.
It's true.
At the first thought of the podcast, I was thinking more along the lines of things that we're going to sort of have in common, or even things we've watched or listened to or played, or things we've done that some people might not have done or whatever, but we've covered quite a lot of things in the podcast.
Yeah, it just that's the thing. It's evolved. It's become its own
thing.
Yeah, in all honesty, like as I say, last week was Marvel. This week we've decided to take a completely different tangent and talk about effort and what effort is, I suppose. Is that's going to be different, isn't it, in terms of what you're doing? So like effort, is that going to be you putting time, or is that going to be you putting thought in, or
but this is all kind of like, this is the things we were doing before were just like between the end of Christmas up until June time. It was so counterproductive because we had put in the effort of recording, and then obviously I put the effort in of editing the actual thing to then put it up online for it not to go anywhere, type of thing. Like it is on YouTube, but unless you knew what time we released an episode at,
or you have the wee bell ticked.
Or but I mean, if you want to tick the bell, ring the bell, folks. But like if no one's gonna know unless we shared it about, and it's something we just lacked on, and we just didn't not bother, but just sort of
we just didn't do.
Yeah,
there's no two ways around it.
Yeah,
and,
it's a shame, like, but we're back on top of it now. We're posting videos and episodes
at least once a day.
At least once a day. It'll probably will be once a day now because there's so
just
many
until we're caught up.
Until
we're caught up.
Well, we don't want to like you said earlier on. We don't want to saturate the entire thing and like have all the episodes. I mean, all the episodes are there for you to listen to, at your own leisure. So it's not like you're being forced to listen to episode 71 or 69. Whatever one you want to listen to, but it's just more for us now, posting the things up until we're back on track onto what will we be back on track, like 90 something or something like that. 91 or something.
What was the last one I posted?
71, I think.
Right, so by the end of this week I will have reached 70.
If you're doing one.
I will do at least one a day, so I'll have reached 75. Then I'm gonna give a weekend break, so it'll be 80 next week, 85 the week after. So by 3 weeks time. So
we'll be caught up then, which is
in around 90, right?
Yeah, it's mad. We'll be close to 100 then.
We will.
Have to be a mad episode in that one. Like we'll have to like jump out of the plane or something, but whilst having the microphone corner, but it's. I just think I'm glad we're sort of posting the game, but I just don't know what happened.
it was honestly, it's just one of those things.
It was so fast though. Like it was so fast.
The 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so fast.
Crazy
like, it was,
fast.
I just I don't even know where half the year's gone, to be honest. Like I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I know we're very close to August now. At the time of recording, at the time of release, we will be in August.
Thing is, though, even through those like 6 months, an awful lot's changed for yourself as well. It's just mad.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, so I don't really know if we've even mentioned anything at all, have we?
I suppose no point in mentioning it just yet until you get yourself settled and stuff and see what's going on. And
by the time this releases, I'll have 3 days left in my job, and we'll be 5 weeks from moving house.
Mm-hmm.
By the time this is released on Friday, so which I suppose is another example of effort and reward.
Yeah, true,
So,
exactly. Yeah,
you know, it's one of those that unfortunately houses aren't free, and
if they were free, there would be an awful lot of self accomplishment in getting them.
no, but it would mean there's a lot less homeless people, and
True.
jobs can be hard to come by because, well, certainly ones that you're in any way interested in, and
Especially in this economy, anyway.
yeah, and I mean, this job is hopefully one that's gonna be good fun and enjoyable with like perks that make it worth it. I suppose I don't really know how else to describe it, but
No, well, that's the dream, though, isn't it? Really, you want to get a job you're going to enjoy and it's going to have things that you're obviously going to benefit from. So
yeah, so you know we'll see what happens, but altogether, I suppose you know what actually I would actually attribute to some of that to what got me like into the mindset of really going at it with the posting again, because I was sort of thinking the other day that, you know, whenever I start this job, and the lead up to it, the whole thing, you know, that as I say, it wasn't a matter of put a CV in and then next thing you have a job.
yeah,
It was I put my CV in, had a meeting with a recruitment consultant, had an interview, had another interview, had an Excel test. You know, it was
it's a long road.
so yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that sort of goes into it, and then
But it'd been very different had you went to the recruitment consultant and went, you know what, that just sounds like an awful lot of
I
effort.
can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't know that was the case. I was told it'd be one interview, and then next thing it was another one. And then,
Well, even at the interview stage, I mean, what, like, fair enough. You know, any job you're gonna get an interview stage. That's fine. But
I
obviously,
put a lot of effort in the interviews. That's one thing I will say
you need
is
to.
that, like, for this particular job, I actually think I may have sent somebody a picture of all the pages I done. I'll see if I can find it.
I think it's only fair though. They're bringing you in for the interview. You have to at least do something for it. Like, really, don't
So
you?
there are my notes. Hang on. There.
It's a lot. Like,
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 15 pages
yeah,
I did for this interview. Well, actually both interviews, because one of them was a slightly different role.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, right now.
yeah, so basically I did prep for the first one, which is more or less the same, and then again, and yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. To be honest, I just
you know, life goes on, like, and it's obviously we're back to obviously still gonna record and stuff, like, so nothing's gonna change in that aspect. Like, nothing's gonna be different. But it's weird that something can sort of change in your life to impact another part of your life. Where it's obviously with this podcast stuff, we didn't change it. We didn't
yeah, it's true.
post half the stuff, and then, you know, once you've got a certain maybe it could be that you get yourself in a rut and you just sort of like
That definitely was part of it. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Like I'm convinced from January to like. I applied for that job in what, June? Started end of June.
yeah mid to end of June.
Mid-
Pretty
end
sure,
of June.
wasn't it?
Because I got it towards the start of July. It would have been
It
sort
was
of.
because it was a long road to get there.
It was like maybe the start of June. I applied, or certainly the start of June. I had a meeting with
Yeah.
the recruitment consultant.
Yeah.
But like, it probably wasn't too far after that where
Things changed.
I started deciding to post again.
It
Or at least certainly coming once I sort of got the job out.
Sense. Like it's got sort of like some sort of inspiration to it because
interesting.
Something changes. You know, it's like a dynamic. It's true. Like, I mean, something changes in your life, and sometimes it could be for the worse, and sometimes it could be for the better. And you notice whenever a change that is for the worse, you just don't seem to do an awful lot. You seem to get yourself in unless you're a very positive minded person, which is testament to you. You're great. But it's
great.
I mean, sometimes people aren't, and it does take something to change in your life to impact another part of your life, really. But
that's funny though. I'd never linked those. That's really weird. That's really weird. Like,
something for you to think about. Like, but yeah, I understand what you mean. Like, it's nice to have something different come into your life, so you'd be like, you know what was I doing, or
Sometimes I do agree with you. Sometimes you need it, like. Definitely.
You sometimes just need to kick up the arse thing. That's just because sometimes you do just get sort of caught up in your own wee world and you're just like, oh, Christ.
The norm is, but it's like that whole thing. It's the saying, somebody has on their Facebook. What is it? Change only happens when you step out of your comfort zone. I think it is something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty true. Like, but I mean, I wouldn't say you're stepping out of your comfort zone because it's something
I don't know. I'm thinking about it recently. That company is massive.
It is, but you've already got a degree in what they're looking for. So technically, it's still your comfort zone because you've done a degree in it. You were obviously comfortable enough to do a degree in it, and you were smart enough to do a degree in it. So
the thing is, I don't know how much of what the job is in regards to that degree, which is good.
Doesn't matter.
So, no, I'm pleased with that because.
But it doesn't matter. Like, you've already got the degree there, and it's there for a rainy day, literally. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
a rainy day.
It is though. Like, if you want to leave tomorrow, and want to work in a pet cemetery, not that you're gonna do that.
Jeez.
I don't know, but if you want to go and work in like a graveyard or something. But you know what I mean? Like, well, I'm trying to think of jobs that are completely the opposite end of what. Yeah. So if you want to work in like, I don't know, a graveyard. If you want to be an undertaker tomorrow, you probably couldn't, but
I don't know. You know what? This is really weird you bring that up. I was driving past an undertaker the other day with Rachel, and I was just like, how do you become an undertaker?
I assume you have to do some sort of forensic thing.
I know a lot of them that, for example, the ones that have done my grandparents' funerals were ex-police.
Well.
But
the thing is, like, there's nothing ever in my mind that I went, like, if I was jobless for 10 years, I would never want to go, so I want to be an undertaker.
I've heard though, right, and this isn't just from one person, that there's a guy who used to come in and fix the fridges in Spa, right? It's just one example of somebody who's told me this. He used to be an undertaker, and he said, I might have said this to the podcast before, he said that whenever people said thank you, they meant it.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite a rewarding job. Yeah, I have heard that, but it's not something I've ever thought of doing. Like,
no.
It is nice to be thanked for things, but there are other ways of doing that.
Yeah, but
I don't want to be around dead bodies all the time. That's not something that's ever.
You seen a dead body before, haven't you?
Yeah. But it's not something I'd ever want to be around. It's not like it's a.
You don't want
it's a goal in my life, but it's fair play to them. They're the ones that want to do it. But I'm saying, like, you've got that degree there for whenever you want to. If you were to leave or do something else, you've got that to come back on, and it's good that you have that. So
that's true. I suppose I sort of am in a way going back to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you are, because it was a different job completely, wasn't it, prior to, well, the one you're currently in anyway.
Yeah, well, second.
You're still working with numbers, like, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're not like.
It's although a lot of what I'm doing now will be very useful, but
plus you've got plenty of places to grow in that company as well. So.
Oh yeah. It's actually in the contract that I have to be okay with traveling 3 months out of 12.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
It's fine though. Traveling's fun, regardless if it's for work or not.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I won't complain, but because I don't have to pay for it. But
it's the same thing with people that aren't in jobs and people that are in jobs. Like, whenever people are in jobs, they're always like complaining about jobs and how crap it is or how boring it is or whatever, and that's completely fine. It's your life. You can do you can do that, and people say shouldn't really complain because I'm in a job and stuff. You've got every right to complain. It doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, it's like Fergal would always say. He would always say.
He's still alive,
it's because it stops. Well, he still says it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. He would always say that, if you were to bring this up, he would say, well, it's because it stops you doing what you'd rather be doing, which is true, because nobody would rather be in work ever.
I don't know.
If you had the choice of, would you rather be out having lunch with your girlfriend, or would you rather be sitting in work having 45 minutes for your lunch and then back at your desk? Like, nobody is going to want that.
But it gives you a means to do that later on in the week.
But if you didn't have to, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
That's what he means. Like, whenever he says that, which is where the whole, which is exactly what you're saying about the whole, well, you need to put the effort in to then get that at the weekend, which is your reward, you know.
Which is what the podcast is about, Clark.
Everything, like, see if you think about it, like, everything comes down to what you put in as a means to an end.
Yeah.
You know, be it a game, put the hours in to get the max level, to get the best stuff.
Well, I disagree with that completely.
But that is
I
effort.
I haven't played Banner to get a certain weapon, and I haven't got it.
That's so, RNG, that's gross. But, like,
it's disgusting is what it is. Bungie,
if you put enough time in, odds are on that you would eventually...
Yeah.
I mean, if it was there for long enough as well. But, like, not even just that, like, I suppose, you know what, we spoke about it before, we'll bring it up. The kid that played Fortnite.
Yeah, true.
How many times do you reckon he was told, get off the Xbox, get off the PlayStation, whatever he played on, I don't know.
It's the same with all those guys that are on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. They've all been like, I know there was a guy, sorry, finish what you were saying about the wee kid.
It's just like, he put, obviously he's 16 years old, anyone that doesn't know, Fortnite World Cup was just, when was that? A couple of days ago? Yeah, but this is, the day we're recording this is the 29th today. So I think it was just over the weekend. Basically, a kid from the US won the whole thing. The whole prize pot for the entire tournament was $30 million. The winner of the solo play, there's double play as well, was £3 million or dollars, sorry. And if you came, I think there was a British kid who came second who got just over £1 million. Yeah. Or just under £1 million. It was anyway around about £1 million. Just for qualifying, you got almost £40,000 just for playing. And you know, the kid's 16 that won the whole thing, the solo that is, and he's brought home like $3 million. Crazy.
The thing is, I've seen an awful lot of people on Twitter as well saying, like, I hope your parents are treating you like, I hope it's not like,
yeah, it's his money, like,
yeah, your parents should. But the thing is, though, like, up until they're 21, or is it? Is it 18 over there? I don't know what it is.
Not sure. I think you're probably right at 21, to be honest.
So, I mean, I don't know what way the parents would work that, or what way, because obviously I don't know if he's got his own bank account.
Well, that's a good point, actually. That 15-year-old from the UK that I mentioned, no way he's going to be allowed that money. Yeah. You know, that'll be put in like a trust fund or something, and then he'll get it in a few years' time.
Yeah. But there was a saying before, there's a fella, Jacksepticeye is a YouTuber, but
what's his name?
His YouTuber name is Jacksepticeye, but his name is Sean. He's from Ireland.
Yeah. I think you mentioned him before.
Yeah, he seems like a really decent bloke. But even before, like, whenever he was in like university and stuff, and he was sort of having a good time, he just was depressed, and he was playing games and stuff, and he was, you know, having a laugh, and sometimes it wasn't necessarily the best thing to be doing. Yeah. But he's made a success from it, like, and he obviously childhood, it was good, it was fine. Just obviously being that young and playing games at that age wasn't really seen as a job or as a.
It's true. It wasn't. Yeah, nobody could have imagined. Yeah. Whenever we were, 12, 13, that people could be 16 years later, people would be making a fortune
from playing the games, not actually creating the games, or playing the games. And he went through the whole phase of, you know, he started off YouTube, and he was getting all this feedback, and he was loving it. He was like, oh, this is unreal, you know, getting the validation, I suppose you could say, from people that, you know.
It is nice, as we said.
Yeah. And he was working, like, playing the games to the people what they want to see. He was asking them, like, this is like, it was like 400 subscribers or whatever. It's like, what do you want me to play? You know, then they'll say to him, okay, and then it comes to like 100,000. He's like, okay, well, what do you want to play? Goes and plays that, and it comes like 1 million. It's like, okay, this is a lot of people. And then he's on 16 million subscribers now.
What?
Yeah, he's doing really, really well. But
class.
He got to a point where he was just like really depressed, and he was like, so many, like, he used to think that, you know, his life was to make other people happy, and, you know, whatever happened there, his mental health suffered for it. because he was too busy thinking about everyone else. I mean, at the time it was like 13 million or something. Like, so that's 13 million people you're trying to make happy. Like,
that's impossible. Yeah,
it is impossible.
Like
and he realized that, and thankfully it was, you know, he sort of thought, well, it's my life now, and I'm not gonna sit here and try and make 16 million people happy, whereas I need to make myself happy. Otherwise, it's going to show my work that I'm not a happy person. It's just mad that the change that happened to him, his content is a lot better now because he has decided to go, I'm going to change something in my life, and it's been inspiring for him to change something in his life to benefit his own life as well, which is cool. But I don't even know how we got on that subject.
It was all about.
it's all strange. I was all depressed for a second there.
We were talking about how the kids and stuff and streamers would have probably been told to stop playing games.
Yeah, right enough. That's right. Yeah,
and then you were talking about how he was playing games and basically it helped him build his fan base, even as you say, at detriment, potentially at times to his own mental health. But now he has taken the decision to make himself. I think that's what you're saying anyway. Basically, that he's taking the decision now to make himself the content creator, and he will put like, I am making the content. If you don't like it, that's fine.
That's exactly what
he's doing. And you know, as you say, he's putting the effort in for himself, and the word at the end of the day is that he's a happier person, but sounds a bit healthier person is probably the better word.
A healthy person, yeah. He's started this new thing now where he like sort of interviews people, but I reckon it's gonna be a podcast at some point. Just everyone seems to be doing podcasts now, which is a bit of a saturated market, unfortunately. But I mean, not great to say that on your own podcast, really. Like, but I mean,
yeah, we got there first, so
yeah. But it's true, we did. So, no, it's just nice to see that people are succeeding because of things. They're changing their own lives to better themselves instead of trying to make everyone happy and trying to be someone you're not. Basically, it's just nice to see that people are, because there's an awful lot of like fake people in the world that I don't really like it.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't like it at all. But
it is true.
It's just my opinion.
Well, it is true though that like that's one thing. Like that's a lot of the reason why I struggle to buy into a lot of influencers and famous people. Is that you don't actually believe any of this.
See, now this is where it's gonna this is gonna be the weird thing, right? So, Kardashians, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you know, before I was like these people they shouldn't have this money, blah blah blah. Fair enough.
They are clever.
They are clever, yeah, but
not in that way.
They're just. I mean, for marketing wise, they're very clever.
Yeah. But
I was like, I playing Xbox the other day, and whenever I'm playing Xbox, Lauren watches Kardashians and stuff, and I don't have the headset on, so I can just hear it, or whatever. But like, they're so family orientated.
Yeah.
Like it's
Big
ridiculous.
Time.
Like I know very little about them, right? But and I wouldn't watch the show because it's not something like.
I reckon I could name them.
Name who all
of them.
Oh, I can name them now, yeah. But it's I would name the main people. I wouldn't know like outsiders and stuff.
Might be able to name a few, but not very many.
Well,
there's a Brody in there somewhere.
Yeah, Lauren said Brody and Barry or whatever.
But there's a Barry.
Bruce, Brody, and
Bruce isn't Bruce anymore.
No, but obviously that was. They were all the B's and they were all the K's.
Except for
Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Rob the dad?
Robert was the dad
of like
of the Kardashians, of like Kim.
Oh no, there's another guy.
Rob's a brother, but Robert was the dad as well.
Oh, I'm thinking of the person who's like
Scott.
Yes, thank you, Scott Disick.
Yeah, he's not in them.
How do you know that?
He's not in them anymore. They split up.
I'm pretty sure they're back together in the newer ones. No, they break up again.
Yeah, he's with some other woman now. But she's still
because the last one I was in any way clued in.
But
was like, they were on holiday.
Oh, well then there you go.
In Bali or something.
I'm like listening to them and stuff, and it's like it's so weird. Like I've never watched the show. It's not something I would never put on like to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my thing.
No,
yeah.
But she watches it, and like I obviously listen to it. And it's just it's such
like the
that's,
whole time.
That's annoying. Like, but it's so weird how family oriented. And the thing is, like I've found a new respect for them all just because of this, right? So I know.
It's like that, you know that meme of the guy that's like, the eyes blinking and stuff and shaking his head.
No, like, so Courtney and Scott are the guys. They're the ones that have the kids.
Yeah.
So she's the oldest one. She's like the mom of like 2
I'm
kids.
not a lie, I couldn't have told you that.
Well, no,
Okay.
I know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she has the
Yeah.
kids. Lauren, like, she's like, and that's so good. And they're like, and I'm like, that's nice.
La 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 la.
That's nice,
Like,
that's
listen.
nice that you know this stuff. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
They're your friends.
Yeah. So Scott and Courtney, they had kids, blah blah blah, and then they broke up. And all like since like it wasn't a great breakup either. Like, but I mean, that entire family still care for him.
Yes.
Like in the most insane way. Like it's ridiculous. Like if I was to break up with Lauren tomorrow and we had 2 kids, I doubt it would be the same thing.
No.
Like, but obviously they have money. They have.
Let's say I reckon the fact they've got hundreds of millions of dollars.
But so does he. He gets money for appearances because he was with the Kardashians, which is okay. But the fact that they're looking after him makes everything that much better because it makes the kids are still going to have their dad in their lives. Like
makes it easier in general for
they're
everyone.
They're not going to have stupid rules that you can come around once a month or something.
A Saturday for 3 hours or something.
Exactly, but like, see, whenever their brother Rob was struggling with mental health, everyone just surrounded him. Everyone was just like, we're gonna help you. We're gonna do this. You need to, and it was ridiculous. I had so much admiration for them all. It was just ridiculous. Like. So good, but yeah, it was just like it's something I'd never like. The same thing with you and Love Island the other week. I was like, how does he know so much about that?
I'm not even joking. I watched one episode.
That's what I'm saying, but I haven't watched an episode at all. I've been listening. It's mad. Like it's absolutely mad, and obviously you can see the odd thing because it's on the iPad. I'm playing the thing on the TV, so you see the odd thing and stuff. But it's weird. Like Kim and Kardashian. Kim and Kardashian. Kim and Kanye. Like I'm not a big fan of Kanye West. I'm not gonna lie, but. She looks after that man like there's no tomorrow, like, and he looks after her, but he's an idiot. So.
He's also very rich.
He is, but I mean, I don't mean like money wise. I mean mentally. I think they're very like, they're all like that whole family is just like intertwined in some strange way. And if one person has a bad thing, they're like, nope, we're fixing it.
This out.
It's mad, absolutely mad.
It's not a bad thing. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, is that like, for want of a better term, goals?
Yeah. Suppose so, but I just never thought myself to be the person like, because I didn't hate the Kardashians because
I just did not. I don't get it. I still don't get it.
I don't get it either. So. But I like they're all branded out now. They're all got their own like clothes companies and stuff, and it's mad. Like, but fair play to them. It's just I think the fact that they've got a good family dynamic and they're all good people in a sense that they've just. Reap the rewards of being good people. Obviously, I know what you're saying, but something has happened there that really shouldn't have happened because that was a private thing.
What?
The video and stuff of Kim and stuff, that was a private.
Well, I think we've sort of covered that was.
Don't film it if you don't want to get shown. That's as simple as that. Like,
nothing is private as soon as it's on a phone.
But obviously, Bruce and Chris and all were together, and he was still quite famous and stuff, and they all sort of.
He was, yeah.
So
was obviously Chris's ex, but I mean, let's be honest. Like circumstance set them on a path that was quite fortunate.
Yeah.
But 100%. Then they've grabbed that with all of their hands and made it. As you say, what it is. So it's not like they've sat there and done nothing.
Yeah, well, Kylie, she's like the youngest or whatever, like one of the youngest ones.
Do not say self-made billionaire because I'm sorry.
No, but
unless you're like Mark Zuckerberg, he literally started with nothing. Not that he's the best guy in the world, but like that is self-made. I do not take anybody that came from a millionaire family becoming a billionaire being self-made. Like, shut up.
I agree, but I think it takes an awful lot of.
Oh, she's so young. Yeah. She's like 20 or 21. Like, she has done so well.
But she's made so much more money than everyone else has.
Yeah, big time.
In a short amount of time.
Big time. She's a billionaire, I think, isn't she?
Well, I don't think she's a billionaire yet. Like,
I'm pretty sure she's the youngest ever billionaire.
Really?
Or self-made billionaire. Or
that's unbelievable.
Self-made in inverted commas. I'll just check. But
that's unbelievable. If it's true, then fair play. Like, but I'm pretty sure she made the top like 10, or that she was like second in Forbes or something. But I never thought I would.
Not loading.
I'm not working.
No.
It's a shame. My internet's taking an absolute poop on itself today. But I never thought I would be the person. Like, I thought I'd be the very last person to say that I have respect for the Kardashians. Like, and that's not me.
That surprised me.
Yeah, it's mad to think about. Like, because like I was watching the Volbeat video there the other day, and like there's an awful lot of like bad mouthing the Kardashians on like t-shirts and stuff. But
Kylie Cosmetics is worth an estimated $900 million. And that's just the cosmetics.
Okay, so she's near enough $1 billion.
I don't know, like she is officially there.
That's unbelievable.
She is officially she's 21. Whenever she became a billionaire. But as I say, I struggle with anybody that can start off with an unlimited piggy bank, and
same thing with Trump though as well.
Yeah, I got a small loan of $1 million. Like,
but you know, if he have failed, he would have given another $1 million. It wouldn't have mattered. He has an unlimited money bank as well. But I don't know. It was just a weird sort of thing. I was just thinking the other day. I was like,
it's a good point though. It is. I do see where you're coming from, and as I say, like I get the whole, part of me, like as much as they do annoy me, maybe it's the fact that I just don't get what they do.
Yeah.
But then obviously they do have a lot of things that they do in the background, like her makeup business and
well, they all have their own thing individually, which is cool. But like at the same time, you had a platform to get there, which
again they've made the most of.
The thing is, at the end of the day, if I had the platform, I would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't matter.
Exactly.
But I just think it's weird. Like I've obviously never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so it wouldn't be a thing I'd ever had known before. But Lauren's obviously watches it and stuff, and it's like she just watches rehashed episodes. Like she just watches
watch them over just whenever,
every now and again, and she's like, "Oh, this episode they all do this," and I was like,
"Why are you watching it?"
Yeah, it's mad. Like, but the family dynamic is second to none. Like 100%. It's just weird. Just because the whole mental health episode, I was like, "This is unbelievable." Like they just rallied around Rob like tomorrow, and he's better now. So
yeah, that's good. I mean, again, I suppose that's not a bad place to finish this whole effort reward thing. Is that you tend most times to get out what you put in. I know it's a cliche, but I do think that it's true a lot of the time. Now, it won't be every time, and I think that's something most people are aware of. If not, then I'm going to stress it here. Is that sometimes you do put in a lot of effort. You know what? Sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's just one of those things where you just sort of have to say, well, I controlled what I could, and anything else was out of my hands.
Let's carry on to the next thing.
Exactly. So the more effort you put in, the more likely you are to get a reward, I think, is the whole point. And I think to sort of look back right the way around, it is something we're going to be very conscious of, going forward. As I say, we definitely want episode 100 to be posted on time, on its own, and we're going to have a good think over the next few weeks as to what we're going to do for that, because it's not a million miles away now. We're 13 episodes away after today. We're not 12, whatever. We're not a million miles away from it, so we'll have to get something cool on, cool done. But as I say, we're going to put the effort in, and we're going to see what comes out. But anyway, we'll leave part 1 there, folks, and we will catch you again in part 2. Welcome back to part 2, folks. So obviously we're the usual what's trending this week. So I've got 2 ones I want to talk about. So the first one is, as of the day of recording, which is Monday the 29th. Do you know what day it is?
Yes, Monday the 29th of July.
What national day it is?
National Chicken Wing Day.
Very good. It is.
I like chicken.
Yeah, so it's National Chicken Wing Day. So there's a guy here who has asked a question. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And the question is, are boneless wings a thing? Are they wings?
Well, yeah, they came from the wing of the chicken.
But so somebody says, for example, bone-in wings or boneless wings, what do you prefer? Somebody's next comment down, boneless wings are not wings.
Well, they are, because do you remember that whole thing, the hack, as they called it, where you twist
and
you
pull it out.
You pull the bone out?
Yeah. It's
still a wing, just without the bones in it.
But the thing is, what part of that are they using? Is that key? For example, are they just gonna be...
That's like me saying there's no bone in my leg, it's still a leg though.
What do you mean?
Like if I just chopped off my leg and then pulled the bone out and then just had a flimsy bit of skin, it's still a leg. The bone doesn't make it a leg, it's still a wing.
But is it?
You can have a boneless wing.
In this case,
yes, of course it is.
But what part are you eating? No, that's what I'm saying. Of the wing.
I don't care. Whenever
you get a boneless wing, is it not just like a slice of chicken?
It's still, but if it comes, okay, so
Their whole thing is, how do you know it was ever a wing?
Well, this is what I'm saying. If you literally see,
I really want chicken wings.
Same.
There's like a really hot picture of them there.
No, don't do that.
Looks unreal. Sorry, go on.
To be fair, I've had boneless thighs before. Okay. But boneless chicken thighs.
Yeah.
And
just wake up. Oh.
My shins are still there. You know the clown, the clown trousers that have the big puffy. That's it. So I've had boneless thighs before, boneless chicken thighs before.
Yeah.
And they're not great. Not gonna lie.
Do you know apparently bone gives a lot of flavour?
That's exactly what I was about to say there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So Clarky. So they weren't great. Like I do like chicken with like on the bone and not on the bone, but if it comes from the wing of a chicken, it's still a chicken wing, even if there's no bones in it. You can debone a chicken wing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
Nothing
Just because I said bone?
No, not at all.
But you can debone everything.
It's true.
It's still going to be a chicken wing. The same thing as boneless thighs. It's still a thigh, just without the bones in it. Of course you can get boneless chicken wings.
See, like the wee mini chicken things that look like a mini chicken drumstick. Are they a wing?
Are you talking about like the turkey drummers?
I don't know. They're like,
it's just like breaded chicken, but like, in the shape of a chicken.
When you order chicken wings, say for example from
KFC,
no, like Domino's or something. You know they come, but Rachel likes them. So sometimes, well, not that we ever eat Domino's anymore, but like it used to come. You know the ones that are sort of like a little, like they've got two bones on each side. The sort of ones you're talking about where you could pull them out. But then there's also one that is just like a wee, like mini drumstick looking thing. Is that a wing?
That's a leg.
I wouldn't have said that was a wing. So why is that in with the wings?
Well, it all depends on what
imposter.
Yeah, it all depends on what way the chicken establishment does the chicken, I suppose, doesn't it? But
flew with its legs.
But I don't understand. Like if it doesn't look like a wing, it's not a wing. If it doesn't look like a thigh, it's not a thigh. It's the same thing as that. Like it's like if you get a T-bone steak, you got a sirloin. You're wrong. So
it's true.
It's half a sirloin, yeah, but it's not. So it's sirloin and ribeye. So it's like people just I don't know. Chicken wings or chicken wing. I still prefer chicken legs.
Best wing flavour?
Barbecue.
Do you go for? I would go for some sort of maybe like a hot barbecue.
With
a bit of chili in it, maybe.
I have done before and I regretted that decision very, very quickly.
I'm all about those sort of things. They're great.
I used to be until it became bad with my stomach.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, you've seen whenever I started going out with Rachel 40 years ago, like, she wasn't lactose intolerant. Just randomly.
Yeah, I get it. I was the same thing. I'm pretty sure I'm sort of lactose to an extent. I'm sure everyone is lactose to an extent, like, but literally it is.
Her choice of words.
I remember I used to eat loads of stuff like honey chili chicken. Can't eat that anymore.
What?
Nope.
Why?
Just die.
Frig.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, it was grim. I was sick for days after I had honey chili chicken. And it wasn't food poisoning, it was honey chili chicken. Because I know exactly what it feels like whenever I get killed.
There you are.
Yeah, not great.
So yeah, chicken wing day was Monday. If you missed it, go get some this weekend. And yeah, let us know if you actually agree. Is a boneless chicken wing a wing? Or is it just boneless chicken? We'll find out.
Could be both if you ask me.
And then I'm going to go for a quick second one, which is anybody that has a significant other. Do you have a side of the bed? Do you?
Yes.
So do I. What side's yours?
Well, it depends on what way you go to bed.
Right, so your head's on the pillow. What side are you on?
Well, I'm looking up.
Yeah, so you're looking at ceiling. You're looking at ceiling.
Yeah, so I'm on the right side of the bed.
But I'm on the left, so that's fine. We could share a bed. It'd be fine.
I don't want to share a bed.
I know. I'm just telling you, it'd be fine. So
yeah, but so I am on the bed, but I always go to the left.
Yeah.
So I can't lean on the left hand side of the bed and then lean left. I hate being on the edge of the bed.
Okay. So I always sleep on the left side, but honestly, there's some times where we'll go on holiday, and I will come into the room and I'll be like, I don't know what side, and like I will put it down and she'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just lost.
What?
Yeah, like I forget.
Oh my word.
And I'll put it down the right side. You're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know why. I've always been right side. Like I have a little bed, I still sleep at the right side.
What?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I have a little bed, I still sleep at the right side.
Yeah, me too. I sleep on the left side in my bed.
I used to sleep in the middle.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not an anarchist like that.
I used to just like take off the two pillows and put them. Do you know what I used to do? I was like I don't know, like 9 or something. I used to put them on like, you know, like the edge, like what you know what you get. So you have 4 pillows, right?
Okay.
So I put the top pillows on the left hand side, facing like, you know, that way down the bed.
Yeah.
So as if it's sleeping on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have the bottom pillow and put it on the right hand side, and then I have my 2 pillows I put in the middle, so it's like a little fort.
Nice.
So I used to do when I was younger.
No one's getting it.
Yeah. No one's getting in my bed today. Not my uncle.
But the reason I ask is there was a what's trending story just a couple of days ago at the weekend. It said basically there's a story about a couple that never picked a side of the bed. So a guy tweeted, several months ago, a couple we were friends with said they don't sleep on the same side of the bed every night. As in every night when they get into bed, they don't know who will sleep on which side. That is weird, man. Like, really weird.
But what happens if you're with someone who sleeps on the same side of the bed?
Make a decision. Do you want to be with me or what?
It's weird.
I would find that. I'm not gonna lie. Like even if I sit on the right side of the bed, I feel slightly uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like sometimes, like Rachel, I'll come like up from making tea or something, and she'll have like flopped over to the other side, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" And she'll be like, "Just sit there." I'm like, "I don't like it though." And then I'll sit there and I'll be like, "Can we swap?" Like I just don't like it. I feel very uncomfortable.
That's really strange.
Like if I'm playing the Xbox, I sit on the left side.
Just in the middle of your bed?
No.
Hi.
If I'm playing Crucible, I will sit at the bottom.
That's why I sit on the right side here as well.
Yeah. Weird.
I might sit
Really
on the left
weird.
side now, just to switch things up a little bit.
It feels wrong.
The thing is, though, right, see whenever Lauren comes over here, I sit on this side, she sits here.
Yeah.
Next time she's around, you sit this one, though. You sit here.
No. Watch what
And
happens.
she'll be like, what?
No, I swear to God, you just say, no.
Yeah.
She'll be like, what?
Yeah.
I swear it will throw everything off. It's the
Probably.
weirdest thing. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, see, whenever I see Rachel's on my side, I'm like, oh my God. Like,
you need to leave.
what do I do?
you need to move, or you need to get out of my house. It's something like that.
Just stand there, just put your hands together.
Just rocking back and forth.
And just sit down on the floor.
Like,
Like, honestly,
back, I'm okay.
honestly, it is so weird.
I've never known people to do that, though. Never.
What?
To not have a side.
No, I don't know anybody that doesn't have a side. But
I'm
they
start
do.
asking around.
Yeah.
We should go out into Belfast one of the days and be like,
Quick survey.
yeah, you guys a couple? No, we're best friends. Okay, that's fine.
Do you have a side of the bed?
Both right. You can't be compatible. What?
So yeah, basically, that's what's
Let's have a
trending.
bunk bed. Then you're okay.
What would I'm on the top.
Oh, that's a different than what? We're both top. Whoa. Whoa, no. They just have a bed that just like, you know, 2 beds.
If you had to
against-
choose a bunk, what would you pick?
I always pick bottom.
I think I prefer bottom too.
I can't. Oh no. I had to have my feet on
It
the
can't be
floor.
a hassle climbing up thing.
Yeah, I don't see the point. Like it's effort to go to bed. It's like saying, "Don't go to bed." Nah. I'm already climbing up the stairs. I'm gonna climb up another flipping ladder.
I've just got the phonic filled on it.
What?
Just give me a snack. So my cousin, that's like honestly like 15 years ago, he used to have a bunk bed, but the bottom was double and the top single.
Oh, yeah. Oh no.
There was one
Is that one with the curved ladders that go up there?
it was his was like a straight, but yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
went like at an angle.
Yeah.
There was one day he was trying to get out. He put one foot down and like slipped, and it went down like a few like do, and then next thing it was just nuts. And I kid you not, it was like that cartoon where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then he just slid off like sideways. Oh my word!
Have you seen the videos of like the people like, you know, there's a guy on the top bunk and he's like smacking him from the bottom bunk and all the bed's going up and down and eventually just all cracks.
Yes.
I hate that. I used to have a phobia when I was younger about sleeping on the bottom because I always think it was going to fall through, going to crush me during my sleep.
Yeah, brilliant. I just stuff like that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll call that part 2, folks, and we'll catch you in part 3. Welcome back to part 3. So we're going to go through episode 4 of Stranger Things season 3. So do you want to take it away with what you have from the start?
Well,
I've watched this very, very recently, as early as like 4 hours ago. So I'll
yeah, you'll be straight in with it all.
Yeah.
I'm on a website called commonsoon.net, and it's not a porn website. It's just
one of the ads at the bottom says.
How'd you know? So I'm gonna go by this because I watched it
A while ago now.
yeah,
Surely.
like
You must
last
be finished.
No, we didn't watch any.
No?
I didn't want to be like too far ahead and be like, oh, I have to go through the recap and then
Okay.
try and piece things together.
Yeah. What episode are you on?
Still the same one.
6?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm quite close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I don't remember what happened like in chronological order. All I'm going by is the things here.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one says like a shadow. Okay. Does that ring any bells? Because it surely doesn't with me. What?
What's this 4 hours ago? I don't know what that means.
Okay. So it says the boy is called the Code Red.
Yes, okay, that I remember.
And then Will provided the theory for why he was feeling the mind flare.
Yes.
He believed that 11 had closed the gate in the part that Joyce cast out of him, trapping him on their side.
Yes.
After observing Billy, they planned to trap him in the sauna,
Yes.
draw the mind flare with the heat.
Yes.
Pretty sure the sauna bit doesn't happen until later on in the episode, right?
It happens towards the end.
Okay, so this is actually telling me this is what's happening.
In fact, almost like that is the best part of the episode.
Okay, then I'll leave that bit then. Unless you want me to say, I mean, it does just say what happened.
So, sort of the way I remember the episode is like that shadow bit is baffling me. I don't know what that means, but like the Code Red's basically. Oh, I remember it now. It starts with Heather's parents tied to chairs.
Oh yeah, in the
Yeah.
yeah,
And then she's like, "Don't worry, it'll be all over soon." And then it suckers their face and
yeah, very violently as
and
well.
like pumps whatever it is pumping
Iron.
into them. And so it starts with that, and then it goes to the credit things, the Stranger Things intro. Yeah, almost exactly it.
Yeah.
And then it's the boys calling Code
Cartman tape
Red.
on it, you see.
And then it's like Code Red, and then the girls are like, "No, shut up, that's Max and 11." And then they call our house and are like, "No, seriously, like, come now.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this." That's where Will tells them about, "I've been feeding this a few times, the mind flayer."
Eventually.
After like his 3rd or 4th time. So then that sort of starts to tick boxes in 11's head. She's like, "Oh, that's why I'm starting to get this. That's why I was able to see Billy," and so on. So as you say, they hatch the plan, which is to put him in the sauna and draw it out, based off the fact that it worked for Will.
Yeah, because it doesn't like
in season 2.
It likes the cold.
Exactly. But what they do notice is that it seems to be able to lie dormant.
Yeah.
Until it wants to use him.
Yeah.
Now
so
then
they're zombies and they're just sort of like letting them go about their day.
it's like a host. It's literally just a host, and then it activates. It's like a sleep agent. And then to go back slightly, after the parents, I think his name's Tommy or something. The dad,
His name's Tom. Yeah.
Tom. He gets taken obviously by the mind flare. He then goes into work. You see Mrs. Driscoll after the end of the last episode being taken away in the ambulance and stuff. So he's obviously the head guy of the paper, and the police contact the paper. He then basically fires Nancy and Jonathan.
Yep.
I always get his name wrong. Jonathan. They basically get fired. They have an argument, and she goes up to her bedroom like all upset. And her mum's like, "No, look, if you believe in this story, chase it." So she decides she's gonna do that.
Tom also calls Mr. Driscoll a paranoid schizophrenic as well.
Yes, try to basically pass it off.
That was the reason she was eating fertilizer.
Exactly. So
Okay.
there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
On top of that, you have Joyce and Hopper adamant that something's going on, so he goes to see after he's getting beaten up by the Russian guy.
Yep.
So he goes to see the mayor, who basically plays dumb. Hopper, chuffs him up a bit, basically, does him in, beats him up.
Chuffs him.
Yeah, he threatens him and finds out what he wants to find out, which is basically, yes, they are Russian. There's something going on in the Starcourt Mall. Starcourt? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been buying up land all over the place, which then Joyce figures out is actually a lot of the key areas from like season 2, wasn't it? Like the farm and things like that.
Yep.
In the meantime, as well, Dustin and I never remember her name, Robin,
yeah.
and Steve,
Uh-huh.
and those three are all in their still wee Russian adventure in Chips Ahoy, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And basically they realise, okay, we can get in there by using the air vents, but nobody will fit, so they have to pay a little girl to do it for them. But it's called Operation Child Endangerment.
Yeah.
But basically she then wants ice cream, and this little girl, it's the girl that keeps coming up being like, free samples.
That's her sister. That's his sister.
Lucas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Erica.
I freaking knew her from somewhere.
Erica.
Can't spell America without Erica.
Mm.
Yeah, her, like she
did my head
in the previous seasons, or in this season.
all of them.
This one.
Yeah.
Basically she is gonna go through the thing, so she goes up through the vents and down into the room and lets them in. Basically, they come in and find there's some weird stuff.
Yeah, it's like green in it. It's like it's like
it looks like stuff from the upside down.
Yeah, it also looks like what you would get in a Lucozade bottle.
What do you mean?
That's just exactly what it is.
The colour?
Yeah, death.
Oh, I like Lucozade. But yeah, so they basically find that out. The next thing, the room starts to move down, and that's the end of that arc.
Well, it was because Dustin had pressed the button to open the garage again, wasn't it?
No, it did that before, and then he tried to open it, and it wouldn't open. The girl's like, just press the button.
Was it? I thought it was like, we need to get out of here. You press the button, and it was like, it's not working.
No, it just started. No, it was already going, and then that's where Steve looks up and sees the lights go past.
Yeah, like an elevator.
So it's obviously going down, which is now proving the fact that it wasn't in Russia that we seen.
Yeah,
that was very obviously underneath the mall, but we obviously didn't know that whenever we were talking about episode 1.
Well, to be fair, it did tell us it was in Russia.
Did it?
Yeah. It said Russia 1986, 86, 87.
This one's filmed in 85, I think.
Well, then it was 84.
84, 83. Yeah, fair enough,
it does say Russia in the thing, so
there you go.
It did tell us.
They've obviously now, my guess, I haven't seen any further, but my guess is it's now underneath the mall.
That was the first episode that told us that?
That was under the mall?
No, it was in Russia.
Oh no, but my guess is now they're doing it under Hawkins.
Oh, yeah.
So, as I say, Nancy then, I'm going to pick up her story again. Her mum tells her to keep up with the story. Her and Jonathan haven't figured out if they're still together or not at this stage in episode 4, because they had that fight.
Yeah, because they got
not understanding each other, basically.
Yeah.
So, she then goes to see Mrs. Driscoll and pretends to be her granddaughter, and her heart rate starts going up and up and up and up. Meanwhile, Billy's has been tricked into the sauna by the kids. They wamp it away up to like 200 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever. And Max is trying to talk to her, and he's like, "Oh, I've done terrible things." And then Will gets the wee prickles on his neck and realizes something's going on.
Yeah.
And then next thing, the mind flare comes out, and 11 and him have like a pretty cool fight, actually.
Yeah, it's class.
Like throwing like the weights and all. Like 11 like throws weights at him, and he throws it back at her and chokes her, and Mike then hits him with a pipe, and he gets chucked out the wall, all this stuff. That's pretty much the end of that. Then nobody dies or anything there. You know, it's a bit of a fight. And then Hopper and Joyce have angered the mayor, and he's about to call the Russians, I think. And they're checking all the rooms and houses around where they've sort of bought stuff. Is this all right?
Yeah.
And then they don't really find anything, but then it's sort of the last scene in the whole thing is Billy talking to Heather and saying they could have killed me there.
Yeah.
And then she turns and says, well, they couldn't have killed all of us. And then it shows you just how many people they've managed to take.
They're all sitting there in the little...
They're just standing. Yeah, they're just standing, just looking at a wall.
Yeah.
And as I say, Mrs. Driscoll, her heart rate was going way up, and she was going like nuts, going like trying to like whatever she was trying to do. I don't know. It was like she was activated as well. But I thought that was a great episode.
They only get better as well. Like
I thought it was so good.
I have to admit, like after episode 3, I was like, oh, just me. And then obviously episode 4 or 5, and I don't think I've watched episode 6 yet, but definitely 4 and 5, they were the
4 was great. Like,
yeah,
I have to say that's probably one of my favorite episodes of Stranger Things so far.
I think you can do more things now because they're all sort of grown up a little bit, so you can have that sort of you can have the fights between them and grown ups and stuff now, which is kind of cool.
And also, sorry, before I forget, there was that scene where 11 basically was like, "No, I don't want to get back to you, Mike." That was another scene.
Kind of sad.
But I have a funny feeling that will happen.
Yeah.
At some point, and I'm sticking by. Like, again, I haven't watched any further than episode 4, but I was right in the adult thing. I'm still guessing something's going to happen to Hopper. Now, whether it's 11 has to kill him, or I don't know, whether he has to die to close the void, or I don't know, maybe he won't be taken. I can't decide, but I'm convinced something's going to happen to him because of him being a protective person at the start and now getting really involved in this whole Russian thing. I'm pretty sure something's going to happen to him. Or, I don't know, maybe him. Probably him.
Well, the season 4 is like starting, isn't it? It's starting to be filmed or something, isn't it? Season 4.
Interesting. Maybe it won't be him then. He's pretty big. I'm gonna stick with him or Joyce, one of the two.
I'm just surprised.
It'll be an adult this time.
Yeah, it has to be an adult. Like, it couldn't be. But I mean, I'm surprised I haven't seen any spoilers.
You know what? I was just about to say the same thing. This hasn't been out for a short period of time.
No.
And I have no clue how this ends. I honestly have no idea.
It's weird.
On top of that, I haven't even seen episode spoilers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any fight. I've seen nothing.
See, Lauren has. She's ruined it all for herself.
Oh.
She was like, "Can I tell you?" And I was like, "Do you want a boyfriend?" She's like,
yeah, that's mad. I can't believe she hasn't. Crazy.
It was on Twitter. No, do you know what it was? She had searched for. She told me that Jonathan.
Yeah.
He's from England.
Yeah.
I knew that as well.
Yeah.
Somehow she didn't know that. I don't know why. She googled his name.
Okay.
And it brought up a spoiler on.
Oh, interesting. Hadn't taken into consideration about anything.
I just haven't bothered looking. I haven't suppose if you look for spoilers, you're gonna find them, aren't you?
Well, that's one thing. I've only place I ever search for maybe a bit of trivia about an episode or something's IMDb.
Yeah, because you're not gonna spoilers on that at all, which is
Exactly.
great. Unless you read the reviews, it's like
It literally tells you above it though. It's spoilers potentially from here on down, then you have to stop. But very, very good episode. And to be honest, if 5 is good, I may struggle not to watch 6, and so on.
That was my problem.
That
was my problem. It got to the point in episode 3 where I was like, "Oh, come on!" I got so much. There was so much time in the day. I was like, oh, "Grim, what a way to spend your Sunday." So we ended up watching 4 episodes. So we're on episode 6 now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough to stop watching.
So even on 4 weeks, but I don't want to forget by the time we reach there. But at the same time, I want to finish. So
that's my problem. But I mean, at the same time, you can just Google them and then look up the thing, and you're like, "Oh yeah, right enough."
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All in though, definitely a very, very good series so far.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
the
it.
first 2 episodes were a bit rocky, but
I understand them now though.
Yeah, they have the reasons.
They were necessary to build, and
I agree.
Yeah, really, really good. So usually we finish on a quote, but I couldn't get any internet to find one. So I'm just gonna give you one that pretty much everyone knows. It sort of links back what we were speaking about at the start, which is about the whole putting the effort in. It's that whole you just reap what you sow. It's really simple.
Yeah.
It's nothing particularly fancy about this one. Is that, and that's not just in terms of effort out, but that is in terms of how you speak to people, how you perceive things, how you. I suppose effort is a good example of it. Obviously, how you decide you're gonna spend your time in or doing something. Just in general, how you're gonna control yourself emotionally. If you how you react to things, etc. But yeah, reap what you sow it's just good for everyday life.
Reap what you sow. Clarky 2K19.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to ever say that.
Yeah, 100%.
So note that down.
Yeah.
Say it here first. So
podcast episode 87.
Episode 87 podcast is done.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
Sad ending.
So yeah, come back next week, folks, and don't forget, keep an eye out on Facebook, sorry, excuse me, for our daily, basically our catch ups. If you haven't listened to them, please do. If you already have, give us another review. And
we're also on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, keep an eye on all that sort of stuff. As I say, we're getting into that. You even start to use stories and stuff on Instagram. It's all very exciting.
Yeah, I start posting more on Twitter as well, not just episodes.
Yeah, so
definitely.
Yeah, we'll call it an episode then. And as I say, keep an eye, folks, and we'll catch you next week.
See you later.